Welcome back to Q Chats. This is the second episode that we're doing. I'm here with my left-hand man, left-hand man Caleb. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Well, actually, no, I'm not that good today. I'm excited about the second episode, but Stan Lee, Stan the man, the king of Marvel, passed away today.
Yeah,
Pretty sad about that. Yeah, 95. He's a legend.
Man, he went long.
Yeah, that sucks, man. He made a lot of good stuff.
Oh, he like
Beautiful mind.
He was like foundational, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he was foundational.
Yeah.
I grew up on like Spider-Man and stuff. Like, I love the webhead so much. Like,
Oh,
he's
man.
such like he's such a character that can so many people can appeal to.
Yeah, exactly,
Because
yeah.
he's this like up and coming kid, just like trying to make his way, trying to keep his family safe, and
Yeah.
it's just
Well, no,
it's
I
inspiring,
saw a
man.
really good quote today by him. He said that, superheroes teach us that you don't have to be perfect to be a hero, and that's what a lot of Marvel superheroes tell us. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the foundational thing. I think that draws every kid into Marvel.
Yeah,
So,
100%. Yeah.
It's the outcast thing, right?
Yeah. But we've got a guest here today, Daniel Yah, music journalist. Is that how you define yourself, sir?
Oh gosh, I mean, music journalist. I mean, if I had to have a very official title, I just call myself a music lover.
Yeah, okay.
To be completely honest with you.
All right, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
A music lover. And so journalism's the way that you spread that love.
If journalism is defined as the way of getting your things out there and reaching an audience, then that is correct. Yeah.
Well, because the definition of journalism today is not the same as it used to be, was it?
That's interesting. Well, I mean, journalism in itself is changing a lot. So I guess that's another topic for another discussion. What journalism was, 20 years ago, and what it is today. But I'd like to call myself Daniel Yao, music lover.
Okay,
How does that sound? What do you
Yeah,
reckon?
that's sweet.
Yeah,
Daniel
Is that
Yah,
good?
music lover. I love it. Yeah, okay, that's great.
What's when you think of music you love? What genres? I guess. I mean, you were saying before about genre, but what sort of genres would like really draw you in? What genres do you really love?
What genres do I really love? Okay, well, I can just throw myself out there and say pop, rock, indie. There's classical music, which I'm really into.
Yeah, sweet.
There's metal. There's... I can't really answer a question because I don't know what a genre is nowadays. And I'm trying to make this argument at the moment that there's actually no such thing as a genre.
Say that.
Because, I mean, say, for example, you compare... Let's say pop, okay? Let's say you compare pop, what it sounds like today, to how it sounded like 30 years ago, okay? So Michael Jackson was pop, the king of pop, 30, 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And his sounds are just completely different to what we know as pop today, for example, right? And this is why I think, in my opinion, pop is also the most malleable genre, if there was a genre to push it down at. Pop is the most malleable genre because it really changes and shifts with the time,
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Yeah, it does. For example, in The Weeknd, when The Hills came out, right? Like, that completely...
That was a banger.
Banger, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
When that song came out, right, like, before then, nobody knew that you could actually infuse elements of dubstep and trap into a pop record.
Yeah, I find pop tends to bring... not exactly the best elements of every genre at the time, but sort of the most accessible elements. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying, yeah, the most accessible elements. And that's why it brings me back to my argument of, besides the fact that there is no such thing as a genre, if we're talking about pop music, it is the most malleable genre because it shifts and changes and it stays current on what is happening in society at that time.
At that time,
Does that make sense?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It's like
yeah.
it's the accessible music. It's the popular music. Yeah.
Yeah, popular music. There you go.
Do you think the quality of pop music has decreased in the past couple years?
That's interesting. Okay, so to be able to answer that question, the quality of music or the quality of pop music, and by the way, this is just my taste.
Yeah.
And about 2-3 years ago, I didn't really have much of a taste for pop music, and back then, 2-3 years ago, I had a pretty broad taste for music. But now I think for pop, I don't know. That's a really hard one to answer. I mean, I love popular music. There's nothing wrong with pop music.
Yeah.
and yeah, I think pop music is the way to go.
So can you tell us a bit about, you don't define yourself specifically as a music journalist, but I guess to others that's maybe how they would define you if they were going to, because what do you do with your career these days?
Okay, so right now, what do I do with my career? I try and stay as close to music as possible. You know, so whether that's listening to music, whether that is chatting to artists, creating music, being around music, going to gigs, writing about music. You know, I feel really lucky and really blessed right now to be able to be in a job or a career where music is always that driving force of the conversation. You know, and you know, if I'm not creating music, I'm talking to musicians. If I'm not talking to musicians, I'm reading about musicians or music. And I'm just lucky, I guess, because, you know, I had the piano shoved into me at a very young age. You know, like I was 5 years old when my mum put me onto the piano.
Did you have those classic Asian parents, like
traditional? Okay, if you imagine, right, just in your head for the listeners, if you imagine like very strict Asian parents. Yeah. From China, you know, they're the type they'd be like, "You must learn your piano," and if I if I don't, you know, I'd get my computer taken away from me or
okay,
my
true,
Xbox, so. But I'm really thankful for that. You know, I grew up with music, and it's something very hard to sort of run away from. So,
yeah, I don't think I've had a day without music for decades. I'm 21 now.
2 decades.
So,
I'd say I reckon like 15 years.
Yeah.
I've had music in my life every day. For sure.
Okay.
It's such a cool thing because it's like there's so much emotion that can be packed into it. You can learn from it. It's a very communal thing as well. Like you can go to concerts and to gigs with people and you talk about the music and really enjoy it. And I was actually talking to my mate last night.
It's a great culture to be in.
It's such good culture. I was talking to my mate last night about like what it's like going to gigs and how sometimes you get people who are like singing along to the song and he was talking about how they sing along because they want to sort of prove that they know the music, but then you get other people who you can just tell the way that they're singing and the way they're like engaging with the music is so authentic, and those are the sort of people that like that's why you stick around, that's why you go to gigs, that's why you share music with people, because you want to find those people that like, you know, love it as much as you do. Yeah
I feel you for sure. So you like you obviously like because I discovered you on Facebook. You do like you have a few different areas where you broadcast yourself. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's right. So on the internet, I mean, it's quite. I mean, I'm not surprised at all that you discovered me on the internet, and thank you so much for reaching out to me as well.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I mean, for the internet, I try my best.
Shout out the internet, great band.
I love the internet.
Go the internet. For the internet, it's like especially in today's age, you know, like I'm quite surprised at how everything has sort of just bled into one spot for me. Yeah. Because on the internet, like, you know, I have stuff on one particular publication, then I might have stuff on another publication, then I might have stuff on another publication, and so. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you Google, say for example, Daniel Yao, and I don't want anyone to do that, but if you Google that, and my name would just pop up in all sorts of different random areas.
Yeah, cool. And so, what's your like? Can you give us just a little snapshot of your journey from the beginning of doing that to now, sort of thing?
So a snapshot from. When it first started, or
yes, sort of like your first mesh with broadcasting on the internet, sort of thing.
Okay, well, I guess it started off when I was maybe about 19 or 20 years old. You know, I mean, at this time I was still a music lover, but I mean, I was always a music lover. But at that time, that was when I really decided, okay, music is going to be something that I'm going to be committed to for my life. So, I snatched up this domain name called PerthCityMusic.com. At the time, it just felt like the most egoistic, the most ballsy domain name to have, you know, PerthCityMusic.com. And basically just sat there for 2 years while in between those 2 years, like I tried to sort of get my hands around RTR FM. I did some time with them.
What, presenting on RTR?
Presenting on RTR.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool, okay.
I did some time on 89.7 as well, still do. Shouts to Will and Sandy, they're fantastic.
Yeah, cool.
Do you know Georgia Siciliano?
George Siciliano. I do know her, but she's not answering me on Facebook.
Oh.
So, I mean, I meet
Shout
her.
out to getting seen on Facebook, yeah.
And shout out to Georgia and Mansand, all them people. They're sweet. They're cool.
Yeah, I love you guys. In between then there's also themusic.com.au, and I've been really lucky and fortunate to bump heads with, Bob Gordon from The Express and Andrew Thompson from Around the Sound. There's also, Matt and Adam and Brad from Music Link WA, and I think it was really just a matter of time before all of my sort of time I spent in those 2 years developing and honing my skill took for me to be able to finally bring PerthCityMusic.com to this level where now I actually know what I'm doing to be able to start something that is very entrepreneurship with that kind of spirit.
Yeah, okay. So would you prefer to see your career go in the way of being a radio presenter or like a presenter on social media?
Oh my gosh, I really don't know. And I don't want to think as far ahead as that, because I want to see my career as just something where music is at the forefront of the conversation, or it's the driving force that gets me going. I'll just further elaborate on that. I don't necessarily have to be presenting. I don't necessarily have to be, writing about it or whatever. Even on a bad day, I find that if I'm surrounded by music, I'm really focused for that moment, and that keeps me centered in a weird sort of way. So,
well, it's good following your passions, because it helps you deal with what you need to in your life, doesn't it? It's a good outlet, for your emotions. Yeah, 100%.
It's a great outlet. Hey, and I was just, me, yourself, James. We all have like music as an outlet to express ourselves, and that's something I'm so thankful for. Like, not a lot of people have that, and I'm just so grateful that I have such an outlet to be able to express myself.
Yeah. Do you feel like that too with your band stuff, man?
Yeah, I love it. There's it's so cathartic to play music. It's a real release, especially with other people. Like, I love playing in Granadoli, which is the band I'm in, and it's a really good environment because all of us are quite accomplished, experienced. Like, they're not that quite like egotistic words, I guess, but
fair words.
Yeah, well, like we're all accomplished enough that we can improvise and play with each other by ear. Like one of us, we played this gig at El Grotto.
Man, you should see this guy slapping the bass. He's slapping it dirty. Yeah, the stank face on.
Nice.
We had like some time before our set, and we were just like kind of really raring to go. Before shows we always get so excited, we get so much nervous energy, we just want to get up and play. So we're like, let's just get up early and decide on a scale, and then just started playing, and all of us sort of came in, and I love that part of music. I love that I get to play with people. I feel so privileged that I get to play with people that can really play by ear and improvise. I think it's really special. I feel really privileged.
Yeah. So do you make any music yourself, man? Or?
I do.
Yeah.
And
yeah, sure.
Yeah, we got a technical issue here. Yeah, keep going.
Hello.
On,
so yeah, do I create music? I think once you're a musician, you're always a musician.
Yeah.
And when people are just like, why did you stop making music? I'm like, I never stopped. Like I actually never stopped. It's just, for now, I'm just too focused on helping other people out, getting their music heard, being inspired by the Perth music scene, because we have such an amazing scene here in Perth.
It's really growing.
Yeah, it is growing.
Great,
Yeah. And I was going to ask you, man, what's your opinion on the Perth music scene in general?
I think it's the best.
Yeah. Okay. Are we growing? Like, are we going in the right directions?
We are going in the right direction. I mean, there's something so I find personally so special about this generation, in terms of how fast music is growing right now, in a good way as well.
We have so much access.
Yeah, so much access to it, and it's like everybody. There's not so much rivalry going on. Like everyone's just like You know, I like your shit, you like my shit. You know, I'll go to your gig, and you know, we'll bump guitars, and everyone's just so friendly, and
yeah, there's a lot of love.
There's a lot of love, and that's what I really love about, you know, our age and our generation coming up, is that music is, you know, it's not as divisive anymore.
Yeah. Okay. True. Okay. So it's we're all going towards the same goal. You know.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. So like, what's been one of your all-time favorite bands to interview then?
You mean the all-time favorite bands I have interviewed before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this is a tricky one. I got to say it was Rudimental. I have to say it was Rudimental.
Yeah. I've seen Rudimental live. They're so good.
Yeah. Yeah. I you know, just to give you a bit of context, I interviewed Pierce, and that was over the phone, and he was in London. And I remember I was just so nervous. I got this from Adam and Brad, who I work with at PercyCityMusic.com. Adam calls me up, and he goes like, Daniel, you got the Rudimental interview. And I'm like, fuck off, no I didn't. And then Adam's like, no, I'm serious. I'm like, no, whatever, stop joking, bro. And then I end up hanging up the call, and then I call Brad. I'm like, bro, Brad, Adam says to me, I got the Rudimental interview. He's like, he's fucking with you. I'm like, I knew it. Like, what a dog. And then no shit, 24 hours later, I get the email I open up my email, and I'm just like, I start shitting myself straight away. It's just, and then I remember it was at 5 a.m., which is, I don't know what time that is in London, but it's 5 a.m. here in Perth. It was 5 a.m. scheduled. And I did not get any sleep the night before. Like, no sleep at all the night before. I went into the radio booth where I did the interview fully prepared, over-prepared actually. You know, I had all my questions written down. I had sort of a conversation flowing in my head, idealistically how I'd like it to flow. And then I just remember the moment he picked up, he was just like, how are you, mate? And then I was just completely unprepared. Like, I just blanked out completely. But then, and then afterwards, like, I hung up, and I was like, oh, that was the worst interview I've ever done, ever. Like, I felt so bad. I emailed it over to Tim. I emailed it over to Brad. And I'm just like, all right, I'm not going to listen to it until it's out. And then when it came out, I was like, oh, it's not too bad. It's not as bad as I thought.
Well, that's good then. There's a little silver lining there.
If anything, I'd say it's better that like you had all these questions prepared, and like that whole like the idea of what you wanted to go for. But I'd say it's better that you like kind of had a blank out or like a clear head. You'd say the other way. So
it's natural.
I haven't had the interview, but I just like having that preparation and going into it kind of blind afterwards. I'd say be better because it'd have a more natural flow, you know. I mean, that's kind of what we try and foster that here. We have
don't try to over prepare.
Right.
We just try and make it conversational.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is very conversational. I love it. So.
Yeah. I love having a conversation.
Yeah, comfy chair.
Legit though. Okay, so what's your process then when you go to interview someone? Like, what's your?
Okay, so it more depends on who I'm interviewing. Mm-hmm. So if I'm interviewing someone if it's got a more serious cadence to it, I like to go in with I like to sort of plan out an ideal conversation in my head, and then I like to strip it down to its bare basics. So like maybe keywords, themes, topics. I sort of commit that to memory, and so when I enter the interview, I have that at the back of my mind, but then at the front of my mind, I'm focused on the interview. So I don't want to miss anything that's going on in the conversation, but at the same time, I don't want to be caught off guard from anything.
Have you had any formal training with journalism or anything? Like,
no.
Yeah. I think that's a positive because I was speaking to my journalism teacher, and I was sort of like, you know, should I even keep on with journalism? Because is this even going to teach me the skills I need to like navigate the social media environment?
It could box you in, I reckon.
Sorry?
I've heard that it like...
Yeah.
I've got some friends who've done journalism, and they've said that they got all these like they had these lessons and all these like this is structure that they got from how to interview people, how to write up stuff.
No.
But that's dangerous if you lock yourself into that.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the best thing for the medium that you know.
Sure,
we're
it's helpful,
with.
and sure, like having theories is helpful, but when you put them into practice, that's a whole other thing.
It totally depends on the format. Like something like this, where it's a podcast, it's casual. having that sort of authenticity to what you're doing. Great.
Yeah, I feel you.
But obviously, if we were interviewing a politician or something, which we
Yeah.
might do, who
Yeah.
knows, might get someone
Get
down.
ScoMo on.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Scovo, yeah.
I mean, that could work actually. This
Yeah.
sort of more chill dynamic.
No, but
Damn
I hate
microphone.
how people interview politicians. It fucking sucks. They don't ask them any real questions and get any real answers. You know, it's not like hard enough. They don't like because they've got this formal training and they end up getting formal answers that end up saying nothing back. And it's like because they can get away
Well,
with it
it's hard
because
to get a
they
poli-
know
it's
how
hard to
you're
get a politician to
That's
give you a
question.
straight answer.
Expertly
Can't
dodge the
ask.
question.
Yeah.
There are a lot of questions that they'll say you can't ask this. I'm not going to answer about.
But how
that.
much does that suck that you couldn't get a politician in a room and have a genuine conversation? They're too scared to do it because fuck, they might ask like a real question here.
We could do it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't expect a real
You
question.
get some
from
in
us.
as well.
Exactly,
It's
yeah.
not. It's not like across the board.
We should lie to them and be like, no, we're legit. Wear suits and shit. Yeah. And then
We
yeah.
should wear suits, but then just wear like board shorts underneath.
Yeah. So tell us a bit about where like Perth City Music's gonna go in the next year. What's your guys' plan?
Okay.
Guys'?
Yeah, well,
It's
you could
fucking
say
plural. Yeah.
guys,
Guys'.
girls, whatever.
People.
Yeah, I like that.
What's
humans.
the people's plan? Yeah, humans.
so
yeah.
our
Users?
Yeah. what's the plan? Lay it out.
Okay, so for PerthCityMusic.com, to be honest, we don't really have a plan. We don't have an execution strategy. It's always just been, okay, does it feel right? Does it resonate with us right? Because if it doesn't resonate with us right, it's not going to resonate with anybody else, is it? But we do have, in saying that, we do have goals. And so we do have goals, and that goal is to really establish PerthCityMusic.com as the best place for local music, grassroots, and homegrown music.
Yeah. So and I guess that's like the real positive of the medium you guys are working with is you do have that agency to pivot and do what feels right for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it has to. I like how you would use the word pivot there because I mean, especially in today's day and age, like anything could happen at any time. Like for example, the tragedy that you mentioned earlier on in this
Mr.
podcast.
Lee, yeah.
So in that sort of a case where the internet is non-stop 24 hours. I mean, look, dude, this phone here, like people are adding playlists. It's a moving thing. It's, people.
It's a portal to another dimension.
You couldn't hope to keep up with everything.
You can.
No.
So
You go crazy.
And the only way you can succeed nowadays, which in my opinion, is to be able to shift and pivot and expect that nothing is
Yes,
going to go
yeah.
according to how you would like it to go to. So
And
Murphy's Law, right?
Huh?
Murphy's Law.
Yeah, Murphy's Law.
Best laid plans.
is it
What?
Murphy's Law?
Murphy's Law is whatever can go wrong will go wrong.
I thought he had like
Wow.
10,
Very optimistic.
10 different laws.
Well, no, but it's a.
I thought he had, like,
It's a
few
good thing.
different
It's like
ones.
prepare
You
for
gotta
the
expect-
worst.
Yeah.
expect the
Maybe
best,
ask
that
a
sort of thing.
politician that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I reckon we've
Shout out Murphy's Law.
shout out
Perth
Murphy's
band.
Law. Is that a
Is that a
Perth band?
band?
There's
Is that a
Perth band,
band?
Murphy's Law, yeah.
There's a
Sure.
Perth band.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I think
Do-
Eddie
do-
Phrase is probably a band somewhere.
Yeah, legit. Yeah. Banana skins, slipping on banana skins. But anyway, okay. So, what have you guys got? Any cool stuff coming up? Either Perth City Music.
Oh, we have so much cool stuff going
Yeah.
on. I mean, coming up tonight, I'm gonna be speaking to the Tommy Hawks. I'm so
Tommy
excited
Hawks, yeah,
about
nice.
them. Their newest single, Critical, is just absolutely critical that you get your ears around them. I mean,
Oi.
What's what's their genre?
I don't know. The genre is good. So
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah.
Is this the Perth Tommy Hawks? Those guys.
the Perth Tommy Hawks. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Nice.
think they're a little bit punky from what I remember.
Punkish kind of
yeah.
Probably
like
heard them
with,
once on RTL.
with elements of folk. I might.
So you do know their
there's
genre.
There's like a rock.
Didn't want to admit it.
There's
yeah.
like a
Yeah.
rock edge to it,
Okay.
but then there's just if it's too hard to just answer it as one genre, you
Yeah.
know. So it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, things aren't black and white these days, Yes, people's sexuality is fluid. Their genres are fluid,
Absolutely,
Their
yeah.
opinions are fluid. You can't be like totally 100% anything these days. 'Cause people call bullshit on that.
Yeah.
It's bullshit to be totally 100% something.
yeah,
Can't be it.
yeah.
But anyway, man, thank you so much for coming on.
No,
We're
thank you.
actually almost done. I just wanted to shout out Colossal and Hem Hub. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Colossal's got an event coming up, Colossal Con. We're getting amateur filmmakers to come in with their short films, present them to people. We got stalls. We got what else we got? What else we got? At
Hold up.
CloserCon?
Let me see if I can bring this
We
around.
got heaps. All right. But in the meantime, if you're an aspiring Perth filmmaker, hit us up and we'll put you up. We'll do it.
What is a Perth Creative, really?
Yeah. It's just going to be a hub to network with people and get into it. It's cheap. We got finger food, drinks. It's going to be sick.
This finger food. You have to come down.
How would an aspiring filmmaker hit you up?
How will we hit us up? Message us on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
Good question.
Yeah, the socials.
Just any social, follow us on Facebook and Instagram also. That's also a good thing to do.
I'd say there'll be links in the bio for this.
Yeah.
video.
Search up the event. We'll get the event. And yeah, we'll link it in the bio.
Yeah.
But
wow. Okay, so can PerthCityMusic.com go there as well?
Yeah, 100%.
What? And we can set up our own little.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can set up a
awesome.
booth. Yeah.
Sweet.
Easy.
All
Yeah.
right, well,
Anyone can do it.
Nice. I might have a chat with you about that afterwards.
Easy. Yeah. So anything you wanna say, Caleb? To final go.
I'm wearing a nice Escape shirt here.
That is a nice shirt.
Thank you.
I like
is
that
sick.
shirt.
Yeah, it's a bold color.
Yeah.
There are some friends of ours, also Bryce, he's starting his own clothing label.
Legit. Okay.
And they've been kind enough to give us some shirts. And actually, we're going to do, we got this nice shirt here
Can I
as
have
well.
that shirt?
Yeah, well, you can't have that shirt.
Oh.
You can compete for it.
I can compete for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm probably of Shaq and I mean, Shaq does love his music, but I'm probably the more musically inclined one.
He is the more musically inclined. Yes.
So we're going to put Shaq forward as our representative in a bit of a music quiz. Just to give
We've
you
got
a
music
chance.
quiz. Yeah.
Basically, I'm going to play some tracks, and you just got to buzz in with the name of the song or the name of the artist. And then, I guess, first to 5 wins. And
First to 5 wins.
First to
Hectic.
5 wins, yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Alright,
show up the
let's
shirt
do
as
this.
well.
Are you competitive, bro?
Competitive from birth, bro.
Okay. Yeah.
Nah, this is just
Just swim
fun.
into that ovum. Yeah.
Pew,
Okay.
pew, pew, pew.
All right. You ready? Let's do this. I fucking want that t-shirt. That's a hell nice t-shirt.
It is a pretty good.
Bryce did
t-shirt.
very well in that design there.
Nice fabric too.
Yeah, nice fabric. Yeah, because these startup designs always have these shit fucking fabrics, and they itch your skin. And I've got sensitive nipples, and as well, so it itches
Wow,
my
okay.
nipple. Are they itching your nipples? They better
Straight
not.
up throwing all
Yeah.
startups under the bus right now, dude.
No, it's the
I
thing
barely
about
feel like I'm doing
quality.
anything.
If you want to start up something, do it quality, legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right,
I can see it in his eyes. Shaq wants that shirt.
I want that fucking
He
shirt.
wants it.
White's my color. I think it suits me best.
I'm gonna have to
White's
cut
best.
that out.
All right, let's do this.
All right. I was playing this one again.
Yeah. Temper trap, sweet disposition.
Very nice.
Yes.
That was quick. Shit.
Oh, that's very
Nice.
speedy. All right.
Praise you,
Come on.
but
Come on.
Oh,
I've got it, but I'm not
damn
competing.
it! What you said? Artist or song name? I fucking got praise you, motherfucker.
I'm trying to send the band name to you
Is it
telepathically.
Fatboy Slim?
Fatboy Slim.
Yeah, Fatboy Slim. I got it before he said it in the microphone. You can hear that.
That's right.
You know this is a chick
This is a
singing.
girl.
This is a chick singing. Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like a
Is it?
share vibe,
Yeah.
Biggie, hypnotized.
Oh shit! Shit!
Yes.
2-1.
Is it, by the way, is this the Shuffle Gods in charge?
No, I made a playlist now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you made up that. The Shuffle Gods.
I picked a bit of mix.
Okay.
They are gods, aren't they? They decided. There's some algorithm.
yeah, like I don't know.
So
Like,
we're 2-1.
Okay, 2-1. Here we go.
All right.
Gorillas, Feel Good Inc.
Not too good.
No.
It isn't Feel Good Inc.
No, it's not.
But I still got Gorillaz.
Is it
Fuck.
from? Is it from
Give
the
it to you.
Humans? Is it from Humans album?
Stuff from Humans. I can give it to you if you get the song name.
I don't know the fucking name, man. I forget the name.
I know, right? Oh,
Okay, well,
I hate this.
I still got. It's still
Are we gonna,
3-1.
are we gonna pass?
Those are the fucking rules.
3-1. Oh,
Yeah.
big,
Here we go. Is it the Kooks?
No.
Fuck. Is it the?
Oh, come on. This is like.
I know, man. It's on the tip of my fucking tongue.
I should have competed. I'm getting all of these.
Yeah. Screw you, man. You get no
I'm not
t-shirt.
competing. Yeah.
this is not.
You want to pass?
I guess we're gonna pass.
we'll
I
pass,
can't get the
pass
name.
is fun,
What is it?
A-Punk by Vampire Weekend.
Fucking ape. This is on. Man,
Step Brothers.
this is like everyone's song when they first plug it into the.
I think this is the first indie
aux,
rock song.
legit.
Oh no, Little Red.
Oh man. Okay. Tame Impala.
Yeah.
What's the track?
Can you give me the track?
It's not
there you
Elephant.
go. That was it.
Is it Elephant?
Oh,
really?
wow.
Fuck yeah.
That's 40 years.
Yeah, you're on fire, bro.
4-1. I'm gonna win a fucking t-shirt.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get this
one
t-shirt.
more. You're gonna get this.
Get this t-shirt.
Alright.
Oh!
Oh boy,
Classic.
classic.
Is it? I've never heard this song before.
You never heard this song?
Nah, I haven't.
You have not lived, Daniel.
Oh, Michael Jackson, The Way You Make Me Feel.
No, I bet it actually
It's
is on the
close.
same line.
Yeah.
Man, I can't.
I just want to say that microphone is actually picking up the music quite well.
It is, isn't it? It's a quality microphone. Rode. Shout out to Rode. Yeah.
AKG actually.
Yeah.
You know, bit of a sponsorship perhaps.
Cool. Welcome to my life.
No, that's a pass. That's Everybody Wants to Rule the
Wait,
World by
Oh, by what? Sorry.
Tears for Fears.
Oh, Tears of Fears. Such a good band. Such
Did
a
you
good
want to play
fucking band.
SingStar? Alright.
I never played SingStar. I was too insecure. Oh,
Oh, if you don't know
this is the
Wait,
Beatles.
hang on,
This
hang
is the
on.
Beatles.
This is the Beatles.
I win the t-shirt.
Wait.
No, wait,
Yeah,
no,
you
no,
gotta
no,
the song.
no.
Michael Jackson covered this song.
He did.
But nah, that's the win for Shaq.
This song's pretty hard. I love this song.
Wait,
Alright.
it's
If
Okay,
you
is
can
it
if you can get the song title, it's 2-4.
Oh yeah. Just let me see. Do you know the song?
down.
To his knees.
Got to.
Come together.
Ah!
Yes. Oh yes. All right. Can you give me my fucking prize? This is mine now.
Wow, well deserved, man.
Look at him snatching up that
some
t-shirt.
Oh,
really
yeah,
good memory.
so I'll just tell a quick story. One of the
That's
best
a bit of
moments of my entire life was
Winning this shirt.
no, it wasn't. No, because I don't win much. I never won races in high school. I was always that kid who came last. You know, I never won maths competitions.
It's gonna get real.
This is where it gets really
No,
good.
but this I
real
won
talk,
I won
yeah.
something the other day, and I had to
Okay.
fight with it for my bare fucking hands. I've had to fight this bald guy, and he was so sweaty.
Okay.
And no, legit though, because so his band, I was watching his band live at The Bird,
Which band was it?
Grennan Dolly, the great
Oh.
GD, and they're like, oh yeah, we got this t-shirt, so you're gonna start to write a t-shirt. Hell nice design.
Yeah.
He threw it out. I fucking got one hand on it. I just didn't let it go.
All I see
Yeah.
is just this arm just
Wait, what happens to did you wash the t-shirt?
I got the shirt.
Yeah, I got the t-shirt. man.
Wait, but did you wash it?
Nah, man.
Don't ever wash it.
Yeah,
Don't
I
you
don't ever
don't
wash it.
you
Don't
ever
ever
wash
wash
Keep the
that-
memories alive.
Yeah.
Do not ever wash that t-shirt.
No,
hang it up or something.
Yeah, legit. Like, oh, no.
Frame it.
One of the best things that's ever happened to me is I was at a Method Man concert,
Okay.
and he jumped off stage, and his asshole landed on my face, and legit, I heard my neck crack.
Hang on.
Wait, what?
How did the asshole land on your face?
Well, no,
Behind
because
pants?
it's just like you could just tell the bit, like just my memories. His
Was there, like, sort of a vacuum
his
thing
massive
going on?
ass, like, okay, and it stunk a little bit. No, it didn't stink. No, but it was just right in my face, and I felt my neck crack, and I heard it crack. And my first thought was, man, Method Man just made me paraplegic, 100%. Like Method Man just did that.
how
but
do you
I
teach
was
kids that,
true.
you know?
Yeah,
That's
Jesus Christ,
traumatic.
yeah. No, but it was Wu-Tang. I would never wash my neck. I'll tell you that. Yeah, legit.
If you were paraplegic, you probably wouldn't be able to wash your neck.
I think
I've got to edit out all my jokes. It's so bad.
No, you're not. They're stuck in for
They're
life.
pretty good.
But anyway, Dan, man, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so
yeah,
much.
Good luck in your endeavors, brother.
Yeah, cheers,
thank
man.
you so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming
Thanks,
out.
boys.
Cheers,
Appreciate
cheers
it,
to
guys.
Shelds for hooking up the cameras.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh,
forgot the
man,
other
man.
lady's name. What was the other lady's name that held
other
us?
lady?
Huh? Jess. Okay, thanks guys so much. Cheers for watching. Like, subscribe, share, comment. You know all the deal. See ya.
AKG, give us a sponsorship, please. We mentioned.
You